we are live. It is June 24th, 2025. If this has lived longer than the year, it is in 2025 in which we are playing. However, this is sometime after the day of mourning where the characters are, and they are in a strange land seeking a third rod of the rod of many parts. Who's going to tell us a bit about what happened last week? How about you, Patrick? Give us a quick rundown. Mm-hmm. I think you blasted the grunts, but the main one got away. The boss. You went down one shoulder, down the arm, and you found holding cells in the arms, and then you got all the way out to the hand, and you found like a trap door that had an anti-gravity well built into it, so like the hand could just reach out and suck people up into the hand and put them in the holding cell, that kind of thing. So you found that, and then you went to the other shoulder, which is embedded partly in the mountain itself. So as you entered into the upper arm from the shoulder into the upper arm there, that's when you found that there was this very elaborate chest sitting there, and you of course said it was a mimic, and you went over and grabbed it anyway. And then when it tried to bite you, you said, "Aha! I was right." But that leaves you and Dell alone in the room with the mimic right now. And that is where we will be. What? What if it was a mimic? Oh, yeah. What if it wasn't? Just in case. Just in case it actually had treasure. Like I would give you some kind of a treasure. Right. Yeah. Look, treasure is for toddlers. You guys are high level characters. You don't even need treasure. Give me a break. All right, we're inviting Archie into the room to take notes. Okay, so let us begin. I think we're going to start with a fight. And it may already be there. Nope, we're not. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with starting a combat. Now, I believe that the pseudopod got out and grabbed you. Pretty sure that it got you. So it did some bludgeoning damage, and you are grappled. Next step is for it to yank you into its mouth for a tidy little snack. All right. It's compared to your body, it's a big chest, so I mean it could certainly fit you in there. You're gonna have to. You're a couple rooms away. You yeah, you might hear it, but Zith is closest, so he will be hearing it because he's like 5, 10, 15, 20 feet away from the room. You're like 35 or 40 feet away, but you're around a corner. So the sound is going to be, yeah, right. And Ezra's kind of far away too, even further. So, oh, but you may, yeah, well, we'll get to that. So in the meantime, let's go ahead and let's have you guys roll initiative too. But until I let you in on the secret that there's a fight going on, you're gonna need to just play dumb, I guess, as your play in character is all I'm saying. All right, and Ezra. So this is just to get this out of the way, so I can go around the virtual table to talk to you. Okay, Azus, did you roll initiative? Yeah. Look in the combat tracker. You'll see where there's some initiative there for you to roll. Yeah, it's a placeholder. It's so that I can come around and ask you what you're doing for your little 6 seconds not in combat, if that makes sense. Right? That's all. It's just so that you don't know what's going on, or maybe you use your 6 seconds to roll a perception roll to hear that something's going on and make out that it's a fight, or Kaneas screaming and his little girl scream again as he gets sucked into the mimic, something like that. Okay. All right. Cool. Cool. So, Kaneas, it got its little surprise round on you, but it's your turn now. You are grappled currently. So, I need to apply the grappled um, thing to you. Hold on here. Assign. It means that you are. I'll tell you because it's gonna tell me in just a second. Hold on. Do. Brian Birdie. Oh, maybe I can do it here. No, here. No. Hold on. So this dumb screen blasts all of these things on here. So grapple. EFG. There. All right. So you're grappled. Yeah. So you have the speed of 0. You then also have your attacks are at disadvantage, and um, the grappler can carry you when it moves away, but every foot of movement costs 1 extra. So it's like everything is difficult terrain because you're probably not going willingly. All right. Well, I don't think it. I think you can wiggle your hands and get him in there. You're not unconscious or paralyzed, so it makes sense. And the rule doesn't say you can't. So I would say, sure, you can do that. Okay, and you might follow it in there, so that's perfect. Go ahead. Oh gosh, dang it. Yeah, yeah. Totally forgot to update D&D Beyond. Um, yes. Yeah, and it'd be like double disadvantage, but that doesn't exist. But it would be fun if it did. No, but yeah, books. Interesting. I don't know why. Okay. Well, there you go. Maybe they just refreshed or something because I own a lot of those books. So all the books that are supposed to be shared to you, I own. So At one point, I bought the package, like the legendary package or whatever. But then I stopped buying books. So I don't have some of the newest ones. All right. Caneas? So the first thing that happens is you hear a voice in your head. That's the first thing you hear. And oh yeah, it is.
That was a bold miss, Master. Truly, your confidence is unshakable.
All right. So with that miss, the wall catches on fire as it kind of you try to lob it in there, and it actually does one of those water balloon bounces where it just bounces off the edge of the big, like the upper lip, so to speak, of the mimic, and it just goes bunk and then against the wall and catches on fire, fire up the wall. So the that's your action. Making an attack is an action. Is it still your turn? You got more to do? All right. Okay. All right. Then Anea is going to just make some high pitched dragony sound, a guttural throat thing. What? Just all the time. Okay, yeah, sure. So she goes, "Oh, master's in trouble again," and then she sits on the big ballista that's over here, so she gets a back row seat to what's going on in the other room. Dell, you're up.
You know, Master, he's such a card.
Nope. Not unless you have an ability that grants it. That's a good hit on the mimic. So you do 3 points of damage. Impressive. You better flurry. You might miss. Okay. All right, so that moves us to Ozus. Ozus, you've heard the little dragon speak in your head about Master's in trouble again. Fireball the room, of course. He's wrapped around in a strange purpley, I don't know, kind of balloon of some sort, and it's like squeezing him. It's like throbbing and squeezing him, and it's pulling him toward it. He's like skittering on the ground as it's starting to pull it toward it. Now you can see the actual like parts of the mimic itself. It's hopping on the ground trying to pull Kineas in, like it's reeling him in. Yeah, yeah, wood and iron. Yeah. You are not at disadvantage, but it's going to have +5 to its AC for cover. Okay, so even with that, you still whack it pretty good. It's like clumsy. It's not real fast. And so adding your Blessed Strike, you're going to do 13 points of damage. As you hit it, you notice that there's some splinters that kind of fly off of it and kind of explode a little bit. And they like hit the wall and they kind of stick to it. The splinters go into the wall and they kind of change into that same little purple looking weirdness that but it looks more like a leech or something like that. It's like stuck to the wall. Yeah, well, they're kind of wiggly, and then yeah. So soon you're gonna see that they begin to kind of crawl down the wall. They're gonna start to move. Yep. All right. Okay. All right. So now it's the mimic's turn, and the mimic is going to use its staff of defense. No, I'm kidding. The mimic is going to use its bite on Kineas. And if it succeeds at this bite, it is going to just shovel him right into inside. So let's try this. Got a target, and we're going to bite. We're going to roll with advantage. Oh, that looks like a success. All right. So it bites Kineas and swallows him. This has happened to you before, hasn't it? Didn't that hurt-a-log eat you too? All right, so it does a whopping 9 points of damage. But more importantly, it has swallowed you, and the chest lid closes, and suddenly the chest turns into a coffin. A little bit bigger than Kineas. All right, Zith. Zith, you're up. Well, you can see it pretty good. So I think you got a straight shot. Like some coffin medicine. He'll be fine. It looks like a good coffin. Nope. Nope. No, I can't. No, I can't. I said I needed a long rest. You took a short rest, but he doesn't get any. He doesn't get spells back. Yeah. He ain't got no spell slots whatsoever. All right. Right. Okay, so Kineas, you are inside the mimic. It is still grappled you. It is tight, all like it's got you down tight. I know. It's gone. You're inside the mimic. Giant. You're not paralyzed. Right. Yeah. Giant smite. Go ahead. Yeah, I figured that. I have planned for that contingency. Yeah, there's a really, really big coffin. As the mimic, there's like if it had eyes, they would get really big, really fast, and then suddenly there's a really big coffin. All right, so you've stretched your limits, sir. What is it you wish to do? Anything besides? No, no, you're not getting off that easy. Sure, you can try. You can try. You're inside it now. Strength at actually even at you can use athletics, but it's going to be a disadvantage, even though you normally get advantage. Normally you would get advantage because you're so big and you know, have the advantage that way, right? But in this case, it's just going to be athletics. Yeah, just athletics. Yes. Yeah. The 17 came first. Yep. Okay, so let's just see what the mimic does here. Let's see. We're going to do attributes, strength, +3. Yeah. Yeah. So you open, suddenly this coffin opens, and inside, wrapped in a black cape, his hair slicked back, is Kineas. It's just covered in, yeah. All right. So I guess I should double the size of this mimic. I forgot to do that. Let me do that real quick. Well, it's a shape-shifting mimic. That's why. All right. We will always wonder, won't we? We will just always wonder. Yeah, so you just hear,
Ah, now there's the brilliance I keep telling everyone about.
all right. This okay. Then let me move you. And the mimic, I will drop him back down, actually. What a waste of time to make him big. You gotta, and kind of like, just kind of like spandex. It just goes back to, Kineas's set of Spanx, just goes back down to normal size, stops stretching out. And so there you go, sir. You are kind of, once again, the roadblock in the room, Crampendell style. Right? All right. Anything else you're going to do? Okay. Very good. Okay. So Anea is going to hang out where she's at. So it's going to fall to Dell next. I'll go ahead and advance the turn chart. She did. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It has. It's got, yeah, it's definitely, plus it's got stretch marks now. It just gave birth to a really big Kineas. Hey, good round. Bum, bum, bum.
Master, I didn't know you were training Dell too.
All right, Ozus, your turn. There's a Kineas kind of plugging up the doorway again, as per usual. What would you like to do? Luckily, he can stand up, but because the ceiling is 15 feet tall, right? So, but aside from that, he's kind of in the way. Well, he's not totally in the way. He's just going to give some cover to the mimic if you do a ranged attack. Well, I think you can see the mimic clearly, so you should be able to shoot around Kineas's legs. If you got something to shoot, sure. No. All right, well, that's going to hit the mimic. Tell me what this looks like when you hit it with your fire bolts of fury. Yeah, 32. So you see all up along the wall behind the mimic. There's just splinters everywhere. Dell has been knocking some off. You just totally blasted it, and they're all just on fire. So it's like this little candlelight vigil for what used to be the mimic. And with that, we end our combat. They're all on fire. They're good. Mm-mm. He's he hasn't come upstairs yet. Uh, you guys went up there. There was a map room and with a table that tried to kill everybody, and then right. So he's been climbing up slowly. Not much time has gone by since you've like gone down one thing and back the other, and so he's now reaching the top, and he's like, uh,
No, it looks like I made it. Don't worry. Oh, hmm. Uh, it seems I've made a wrong turn.
there are just the burning remnants of a mimic. There isn't. This appears definitely to be a dead end. Yeah, the shaft where Filch is goes all the rest of the way up. I mean, it keeps going. This is just the first. This is as far as Owly got. She saw what was in here and then kept going up and then got water blasted. So there's still more up there, but there's some kind of something hanging, like some garbage, scrap metal at the top of the shaft that seemed to have blasted Owly to oblivion, to fairy dust. Keep going, Filch.
Yes, I thought I had taken a wrong turn. All right, catch up to me.
He steps back into the shaft and begins to climb further up the shaft. When he gets to about the neck, up above the chest, going up into the neck of the thing, suddenly there's this torrent of water. And so he needs to make, let's see. Where is it? Oh, Dex 15. So I don't think he's probably going to do very well with that. Let's see. Nice. So he calls up.
Come on up, the water's fine. No big deal.
There's like a virtual ladder like built into the side of the shaft. It's not like you're doing free climbing or whatever it's called. There's actually like rungs built into, but they're indentations, so your feet fit in there, right, and your hands fit, that kind of thing, right? So there's nothing sticking out from the shaft. They're just like openings. Got it? Okay. Okay. Think you're gonna catch him? All right. Let's do it. All right. I was just setting up your demise. Stand by. All right. What are you lacking permission for? I'll give you permission. Oh. All right. So who's going up first, Ozus or Caneus? Okay, you continue to climb up. And yep. Indeed, make a DC 15 Dex saving throw. It's a long way down. Nope. Hey, you managed to just barely duck out of the way as it blasts water down. Ozus, you need to make a DC 15 dex saving throw. You may be about 10 feet behind him, so. Yeah, it's this scrap metal up at the very top of the shaft. It's like a big cannon. Nope. DC 15 dex check. Dexterity saving throw. A saving throw. You did. Oh, you did. All right, so you also dodge it. You see Kaneas like go, whoa, and he kind of flips over and he's like, whoa, and the water shoots down past. So you make the same kind of move over the side and it shoots down past you as well. It fills a great deal of the shaft, this big old cannon that's at the top. But you guys managed to like paste yourselves against the wall enough that you don't catch the brunt. Water flops down and washes against the bottom. Del you're going to have quite the little minor deluge coming out of that shaft as it continues to pour through the rubble a little bit, but a lot of it splashes and spills out into this room where the map table used to be. All right, so Kaneas, since you are leading the way and you are about 15 feet up from, well, maybe closer to 10 or so, up from, your feet are 10 feet away from from Ozus's hands, I will put you in the next room first because this is where you end up. Roll initiative. What you see is two Blade Scouts. Let me just set that up. Bink. Your old friend, the orange painted, glaive wielding Warforged is here. It looks like this. Let me show you. I love this picture. It's actually one of the best pieces of artwork in here. All right, let's see how that looks. We're going to put that up. All right, so this is Glaive in the back, wielding the mighty glaive. It's a spiked glaive. And then on his right arm, you see that he has a bolt caster. And these two soldiers, you can see one arm is their sword, and the other they've converted to their little bolts. So that's how these Warforged do their dirty deeds. All right. So Ozus, as you move up, you're gonna let me get you over there. Are you there? Here you go. Okay. Just fly you in. You're climbing up the neck. You're kind of in the neck throat area. At the top is like this big uvula, but it's a water cannon, right? And as you've climbed up, you trigger it again, of course, because it's mechanical. So we're going to do that blast first right now. I need another DC 15. Who's climbed into the climb up from the shoulders? Who's gone in there? Ezra or Zith? Okay. All right. You'll need to make a DC 15. I'll say DC 13 dexterity saving throw to kind of duck Zith, you, Ozus, have to make a DC 15 dexterity saving throw. Okay, so you actually get blasted down the throat. You are coming down. Like a feather fall or something? Okay. So Ozus, you take the full brunt of the blast this time. You weren't fast enough to duck it. You thought maybe it wasn't coming. So that is actually 29. Is that right? 4d10. Wow. A 7, 5, 7, and a 10. 29 points of damage in bludgeoning damage from the jet of water. And it just peels you right off of that ladder that kind of you've been climbing, right? Just blasts you down. All right. So, Thorn Whip. Does Thorn Whip also move people? I think if I remember correctly, it is a whip covered in thorns. Okay, so you can just yank him out of before he falls. Yeah. Yeah. Unfortunately, you do not save him from hitting the ground real rough. You just kind of divert his energy a little bit this way, so that's good. So, Ozus, you hit the ground and roll as this whip grabs you and yanks you out, and you're back in the map room. Um, but you didn't just fall flat onto the rubble. That would have been some extra unhappiness on top of the current Big Mac of water cannon that you've already tried to drown. It's all you can drink. Free refills. Sure, sure. Okay, so that we're okay. So it's about a 60-foot climb up this shaft from here. So I'm going to go ahead and let you roll initiative, and then we're going to go ahead and jump into that initiative. And so you're going to get up there pretty fast, so you can be involved in the combat. Meanwhile, the others, we're just going to get you working up that shaft. As a matter of fact, let's just move. I think it's probably better just to move everybody into initiative. So let's try that, because that way we can see how fast you can move. All right. So the dragon. Yeah, go ahead and roll initiative. You, Ozus. Yep, all you guys roll initiative. Wow. Ozus, waiting for you to roll, Ozus. Yeah, in the merry-go-round across the top, combat carousel, you can click the dice in there and it will roll. Nice. Yep. That does. So you are laying on the ground. You can use half your movement to stand up and start to move back toward the throat or the spinal column throat. Okay. All right, fair enough. Okay, Kineas, you are like just below your shoulders, like chest up out in this exposed area. You see a lot of like what I showed you in the picture. There's no brain here, um, but this looks like it might be the jaw of this giant colossus. And so all from here to here is open to the world outside. And standing on the edge, you see Glaive. And Glaive is holding Filch by some of his cables or whatever on armor on the back of his neck. And he's got him held out over the thing. And Glaive just looks at you and, what does he do? Kind of shrugs his shoulders or raises his hands up a little bit.
Sorry.
All right, so let's say it takes 10 feet of movement because you're climbing out and kind of standing up, right? So, okay, stop there. Whoa. Yep. So that guy misses. Yeah, I don't know. I was trying to catch up to all the automation that was flashing around on my screen, half expecting my browser to crash because Kineas ran across the room. Okay. No damage, but it keeps wanting me to roll damage. So it's kind of weird. As a matter of fact, I'm chasing. I'm just going to roll damage and we'll undo it because it won't go away. All right, let's see. You would have taken 16 hit points if it had hit you. Well, I don't think you actually took it yet. So I applied you to, I applied 0. All right, so I'm going to attack with the other guy now. And so normal attack. Again, a miss. Okay. All right. So finish your turn now. All right, that'll be a grappling roll, and it's going to be first off. I want you to make just an unarmed attack, just to see if you can grab him because he is being controlled by another creature. So make your attack roll against Glaive instead of Filch. It's just fine. Why don't you just roll a strength ability check? And we'll use that. Try it. Try again with just a strength ability check. Yeah. Yep. So an 18. So I'm going to oppose that then with his strength roll. And he rolls a 19.
Every scar on my blade has a name. Want to be immortal?
And bonus action. Didn't you already do Giant Smite? Oh, what are you doing? Okay, fair enough. It is. Yeah. So now that you've attempted that, he actually, he's had him dangling out over the edge. He just simply lets go. So now you have Filch and Freefall. What would you like to do to try to? It's hundreds of feet down. What do you want to do to catch him? Okay. Well, yeah, you get big. You actually reach down, so you're kind of crouched and leaning forward, and your big old meaty paw grabs him. And so you have Filch. I want you to just double check with a very low DC, say 13, because he's moving. A 13 DC 13 attack roll, or like a, since it's a melee, you can use strength or athletics. That's right. Yeah, you did, because otherwise he would have been gone. So the fact that he's gone out of the first top, you have him grabbed by your thumb and lower fingers, and you just got his head's popping out right in the middle of your upper fingers and whatnot. He's like, oh.
Well, that was close. Rebooting.
All right. All right, yeah, he's just in your hand. I'm gonna put him right over here to the side, and you can tell me if you're moving him anywhere or doing anything with him. Okay. You want to put him. Are you going to be in between them, or are you putting him between you and Glaive? Gotcha. That's what it looks like. Yep. That's what it looks like.
That was foreplay. Now's when I really F you up.
All right. And so with that, we move to, that's the end of your actions, right? Okay. So, oh, we need to move. We didn't get your pseudo dragon. She needs to go up. 19. Okay. So, Anea then. Mm-hmm.
Hey, boss. That was pretty marvelous. Shall I fetch your celebratory snack or just bask in your glow? Yeah, and I'm hanging back. I'll stay within 100 feet.
You are right near where everybody else is. Yep. Okay. So after Kineas and Anea is Ezra. Ezra will be like, oh yeah. So I think he can just hit you with his hammer. So he's gonna do that. Do 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 do. All right. So he just like does this little lumberjack swing back and whomp, just like whacks you. I believe that when you strike a friendly creature with this warhammer, instead of doing damage, it will heal the creature by the amount of damage that would have been done instead. As a bonus action, you can combine a healing spell. Okay, well, we took care of that. All right. So this looks like... Oh, it's not going to let me until I actually hit you. So I have to hit you first. So I'm going to take advantage because you're not actually going to do anything about it. Oh, it's not going to hit you. It just goes clang against your armor. And let's see. It's got to be like coup de grace, like stuff. Well, since we did that, I'm going to do damage anyway. Roll. Can I make it happen? There. But it should apply it. It's not applying it. All right. So the first time it rolled, there's no record of it. So this time, I'm going to do plus 20. That's what I'm going to do. Roll normal. All right. So with a 43, he's going to hit you. And here's normal damage. And then we're going to go... Where's... Oh, it must be giving Ozus a chance to do something about that. So we have to wait. That's why it wasn't rolling, because Ozus has to do some crap. So just close your window. Don't do anything. Just X the window out. Huh? You X'd it? Okay. All right. I guess we're just waiting for it to finish its little countdown. Then we'll heal you. Meanwhile, that will be Ezra's thing. Del, it's your turn. Yeah. Do you have a climbing speed already on your sheet? Otherwise, you'll need to make an athletics check to climb at speed. Okay. Very good. Then what I want you to do, I'm going to... Oh, okay. Yeah, that's good. Yep, that's fine. So I'm going to heal 16 points of damage, Ozus. There you go. 16 from the hammer hit. You feel the power of the din. All right. The Moradin. Give me Moradin. All right. So, Del, you got to now make a DC 15 dexterity saving throw to dodge the blast of water. That doesn't look good. Oh, it looks just fine. It looks, what do you know? It looks just fine. So you run circles around up the thing, and it's blasting down the center, and you're still just running up the circle of the throat. A little tickle in the back of the throat there. And so I'm going to move you from here. And I think that it makes sense for you to have completed your action 60 feet up. Does that sound about right? Or is that just your movement? Okay, so you'll be okay. All right, so you're 5 feet down. You really can't see anything because you're still at your most. You are 5 feet down. Okay, that'll put you up in the room. You see a blade scout kind of standing guard on anyone that gets up the throat. Yep. If you run past him, yes. Well, doesn't step of the wind make it so you... Doesn't step of the wind make it so... Oh, gotcha. That's why I hate 2024. I just hate it. Was not... They've already used their reactions, so you go whipping by. You're totally expecting to dodge, and you're kind of doing your little moves, and they're like looking at. They're surprised that you just showed up all of a sudden and started to run past them. They have no reaction for you, buddy. They're just looking blankly at you. All right, now what? When you do an area of effect, it usually gives you a list of everyone that's supposed to be affected, and you just click people out of it. Okay. Okay. Glaive has a certain glow about him. um,
Ah, another has joined. You're not fighting a Warforged. You're fighting evolution.
all right. Filch is like, okay, I'll just, I'm going to move over here and hold on to the wall. I feel dizzy. All right. Glaive is going to attack Kineas. He is going to get 2 spiked glaive attacks and 2 serrated bolt attacks. So the first thing he's going to do is his spiked glaive. That looks like it's going to be a hit. Okay.
Twitchy little thing you are. You'll twitch much better in pieces.
All right, so he hits you again with his glaive, I think.
I have far more than 100 to deal.
All right. So that was his first attack. Let's do it again.
You stand tall now, let's see how you crawl.
15 points of damage. And then Filch makes a 5-foot move. Actually, he's going to make a 5-foot move here. And so 5-foot step, and out comes the bolt, and he's going to use the attack on Kineas still. Yep.
I've opened you up before. I could do it again.
All right, so attack. Normal. Okay, another hit. And the damage 17 points. Whoop, and a miss. The bolt shoots past you and flies off into the mist of the Mournland.
No hit that time, huh? But you felt it coming, didn't you?
All right. This Blade Scout just moves right up and attacks Dell. So with his features, he has a multi-attack plus pack tactics. He gets 3 arm blade attacks. Lucky for you, his advantage did not play out. Crappy roll. Another arm blade attack. Rutro. All right. 18 points, but you make your Constitution saving throw to keep your fairy fire going. Is that what you have to do? Yeah, concentration. Yep. Yep. All right, last attack. Oh. There we go. Whoops. Whoops. Another hit. All right. 13 more. Still making the concentration save. All right. That ends his turn. Now the other Blade Scout. He moves across the back plane of the room and closes in on Caneas. He now benefits from his multi-attack and pack tactics as well. So here comes the first attack. There's a hit. Okay, 13 points. Another barely hit, but barely counts. And then for his last attack. No, it's on Caneas. 20 more points of damage to Caneas. All right, Zith. All right. So you're going to need to, if you're going to climb at speed, you need to make an athletics check. Otherwise, you're going to, it's, oh, well, that's to dodge the blast of water that's coming your way. Yeah. Athletics just to climb at speed. Otherwise, you'll climb slower. Climbing ladders not your thing. Flying, that's your thing. Yeah. So that'll help make up for the times that your foot slips out while you're trying to climb and your hand, you have a hard time grabbing and reaching. So this is what's happening is you're trying to climb and you rolled really crappy on your athletics check. You're not falling, you just aren't climbing as fast because it's like error correction. You're making mistakes while you're trying to climb as fast as you can. Now you can dash and climb more, but you need to make another athletics check to climb at speed. Otherwise, you're going to climb like at half speed, right? This is not your thing. The ninja competition is not for you. Okay, so you've gone up. What? How fast? How fast do you walk? 35? I think that's what this says. Okay, so you've gone up 30 feet. You're now in the neck. You're now in the neck, which is now the blast of water that shoots out of the water canyon at the top of this robot's thirsty apparently, and there's free refills. So you get to now make your dexterity saving throw. Oh no. You totally make it. No, you totally make it. No. You rolled a really crappy. You rolled a 7 on the dice, and then plus 9 gave you what you needed. All right, so totally cool. You got it, buddy. And you are now next turn free to climb the rest of the way up. Again, making athletic checks to go at speed. Make sense? Your actions were making your athletic checks. Yeah. How fast do you think you can go? Only if you can climb faster than he can. Yeah. How far do you think you're going to climb? He's 30 feet above you. Nope, you need athletics check. Uh, uh, if only you'd remembered. No, I wanted you to make an athletics check. That'll let you climb. Otherwise, you only climb 15 feet up. Okay? All right, so you climb at speed. You climb up 30 feet. Yes. Now what? Yeah, you can use a dash, but I'll have you make your athletics check at disadvantage to kind of get past him on the little ladder without, yeah. Okay. Caneas, back to you. He needs to hit you with a hammer. All right. Caneas, back to you, sir. Need some healing? Okay. If you, sure, yeah, they'll have opportunity attacks. It's a new round.
Come on, Stormbreaker, break a little harder.
Yep. Oh, let me look and see if his athletics is higher. I rolled an attribute check, not a skill check. His athletics, oh, it is +9. So that's 4 higher than that. So that's only a 20. Yeah. Yeah. Just pitch him off the edge, sure. All right. He goes flying off the edge. Well, Wreck-It Ralph here already threw him off the edge. he, he has what you see is he's tumbling, falling down past the chest and down toward the abdomen. Pretty soon you're going to hit the part where the mountain is there, the slope of the mountain, which is very steep and craggy. It's not going to go well for him if he hits. But what you see is him, his back opens up like a flower, and this little jet starts to fire up, starts to turn orange, and you see like he's hitting an afterburner of some sort. No, he can't fly. He does not have any flying. All right. That ends your turn, Caneus? You're like you're gawking at him over the edge. You're gawking at him. All right. Okay, Ezra puts his battle hammer back on his big old hammer on his back, and he begins to try to climb up underneath Ozus. He's like, "This is not gonna go well if that water knocks all three of us off." All right, Del, back to you up on the platform that overlooks the stunningly desolate landscape of the Mournland. What do you do? A hit point saved is a hit point earned.
You just tossed that guy into the air, boss. Finally, all that training paid off. Who says luck isn't a skill? Hey, boss. I have always believed in you. Just don't ask me when I started.
Okay. All right. So with that, Filch, man, he's got nothing. He doesn't do jack. Da, 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 da. All right. Yep. I got nothing. All right. So he's like, oh dear. And it like it, you know, in that voice. Blade Scout. Time for the Blade Scout to go. All right. Well. This Blade Scout charges towards you, Caneus. He's targeting you, and he is going to just bull rush you off the edge.
Two can play at that game. Let's dance.
And so, yep. All right, so let's do... No. He's just going to make his attack. Arm blade. We're going to call it an arm blade attack. And I think that's the bull rush rules. Let's look here. Is that just a shove? Isn't there a shove? Yep. Yeah, so let's see. It's an contested athletics check. All right, let's do it. I'm scared to launch that epic rolls. I think it's going to break again, so I'm not doing it. We're not going to do anything super fancy. We're just doing athletics. Don't do it. We will have to abandon ship. All right, so he runs up and tries to run into you, and you just kind of brace against him. And clang! So he comes back again. He's like getting ready to fight some more. And so with that, I think he'll take his arm blade attack at you. Little off balance. With that, he only gets a couple of arm blade attacks, and none of them with advantage. And they both do very poorly because he's just like hitting a wall. So that ends his turn. The other Blade Scout now is going to attack Dell. He gets advantage against Dell because he's within 5 feet of his Blade Scout buddy. And so with that, we're going to go Blade Scout. Slice! No, did I misspeak? I may have misspoken the name of the attacker, but it's just Blade Scout, not Glaive. No, that was another Blade Scout. Glaive is very, very outside right now, about 100 feet down. All right. Oh, yeah. What's going on here? Yeah, no. I'm trying to figure out. There's currently like another reactions thing up on my screen, so it's not mine. Yeah, it's probably his. So you're using Runic Shield. So I have to roll again. Probably. And he misses. Well played, sir. Well played. Okay, Zith, you may now make your athletics check. Yeah, make your athletics check again to get up there. Yeah. All right. And now you've got pressure. You got pressure from people below you to perform, and you're Got sweaty hands now. You're trying to get up there. Now make your dash. Do you want to? Of course. Yeah, you are. This is not. Yes. Obstacle courses are not your forte. Yeah, can you see where you're at? This shaft goes up a little bit further. There's one more level above, but yes, this is where you're at. Yeah. But this is Caneus is kind of bloody over on the edge. This is like a jaw, so like a lower jaw area, bottom of the mouth kind of thing. So you can see out into the Mournland down below. What do you do? Oh wait, you used all your movement, so yeah. Turn your head now, baby, and spit me out. Sorry. Little collective soul there for your viewing pleasure. Probably a copyright strike. I did that so well. Thought I was sampling. I thought I was sampling there for a second. Why can't you see anything? Maybe he has to finish what he's doing. Yes, I can go. Go ahead. Let's let Jay go ahead. Get if you open Big B's hands character sheet, get your Blade Scout out my Colossus's mouth. Sorry, Mr. Smith. Sorry, Mr. Smith. Okay, yeah. You can't target the guy? Really? Oh, yeah, because it doesn't have vision. So hold on. It's got 0 vision. So there you go. How's that? I need a big hand right there. I'm disappointed it's missing some kind of image of a Bigby hand. Why did we roll 3? It's doing a contested roll. That's why. No, you got advantage and the Blade Scout rolled on its own. You won. You're going to throw him out the window? Right out? He's not going to get a chance to get just right up. Gotcha. All right. Wow. All right, Ozus. Let's see you get up there and make yourself out of combat doesn't really make any difference, does it? But when you're... No, you are in combat. Yeah, you're in combat now. I was just talking about all those other times you just throw that spell around. Actually takes an action. Yeah. Okay. Make a dexterity 15 saving throw. Perfect. So meanwhile, you have Groundhog Day in the throat. We're going to do, 4d10. Somebody, ouch, 21 points of damage. I got you. 21. You're at 55 now. Yep. You're at 55. And there isn't a Dell to catch you and whip you out from there. So I'm going to give you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5d6 more damage. Oh, lucky dog. Look at that. It was all ones except for 1, 6. So that's 10 more points of damage as you hit the ground. Unbelievable. Yeah, 45 hit points now. I got you on that. All right. And so you pass Ezra. And Ezra's like, looks like you need another couple of hammers. And he drops back down. He drops back down onto the rubble with you so he can start whacking on you. Best I can do without any spell slots. What? How is that even possible? All right, Canas. There you go. Dell? That's weird. Go for it. Oh. Okay. He probably can. Let's see. He gets a 10 as well, so that's tie goes to the defender. Okay, you're trying to do a move on him, and he's blocking you. Trying to keep you away from him. Got some serious kung fu moves going on. Another 10. Thank heavens. Yeah, let's see. All right, so he beats you off for sure. No problem. Not getting him, just like he couldn't push you off. But he should try pushing you off now that you're rolling like 10s. All right. Okay. Good thing you get like full 6 points, huh?
No, there ain't no way I'm coming up there until this giant colossus thing stops drinking glasses of water. Yeah, the clerics can't make it up the shaft, you know what I'm saying?
Right. All right. So Ezra's going to try to hit you, Ozus, with Dwarf Father's Verdict. Roll an attack. Normal. All right. So that's going to hit. And so he's going to do damage of healing. So let me see if I can. Oh, nice. So that's going to do 6 plus stuff. I don't know why it's not working. Oh, here it goes. No? That kind of it republishes the card, but not with any damage on it. So that was 6 plus 5 plus 7. So let's say 15. So I'm going to get you 15 more hit points. Oop. All right, you're at 60 now. And it's his turn. All right, Dell, up on up there in you got some lockjaw issues going on. What do you do? I don't think so. I don't. I'm thinking not. Well, there you go. Just barely made it. Oh, which one are you attacking? Oh, that guy. Okay, good. I was just making sure. Got it. Yep. You have any cool attacks that? Yeah. Well, he would be at disadvantage, so that's even. I mean, you'd be advantaged to hit him. How did it? Did he make his save? No, it looks like he failed. So he's stunned. Yeah. He's totally stunned. All right. Uh,
Oh, another one bites the dust.
all right. Filch's not going to do anything. All right. This Blade Scout, he is determined to fight to the end. He is going to attack you. He doesn't get advantage. He's at disadvantage. Yes, he is. But he's just grappled, so his attacks are at disadvantage. So he is going to try, because waving his arm around, trying to whack you with him. He's not doing very good because he can't maneuver his arm very well. So he is absolutely at disadvantage. Let's see if he can hit you. That would be no. This would also probably be no. Let's see. Gotta try. Oh, there we go. That was not too bad. Close. That was close. And then one last attack. Okay. Right, just for trying. All right. Nope, a 1. Not at all. It was a 17. That would have hit you. But with a 1, not a chance. Not a chance. All right. And then we're going to take this guy. And we're going to remove that combatant because he's taken a long dive off a very short mouth. All right. So, Zith, it's up to you now. Take out this last guy. What are you going to do? Down here, if you can see where I'm drawing, that goes out. That goes out. To the edge. Okay. Yep, just the hand. Like he's a magician showing, look, nothing in my hand. Yep. See? Nothing. And the hand turns around back and forth. Nothing there. And meanwhile, the Warforged just kind of looks up with a certain amount of surrender. Like, oh, well. And falls down. You do see that Glaive... Nope. You see that Glaive has hit the mountain and is kind of sliding down as if he were surfing down the side of the mountain. And he's sliding down. He's going to be quite a distance away for him to come back at you. Will take a little bit, but he might come hunting again. He totally survived the fall. Maybe 15 to 30 minutes. Right. We are out of combat. I'll remove all NPCs. Yep. Yes. Yeah, they're still at the back of the throat. Okay. You see down below, there is Ozus is laying on his back, and he's like, "Hit me again," and and Ezra's like, "All right, bang." You just keep hearing this chime every like he's hitting a bell. Bang. All right, so you've now reached the top where this big water cannon is. At the top. it is built into the ceiling, but it's more not built into the ceiling, more like moved and hefted into the ceiling. So it used to be in the mouth area, and it was moved up and latched, like made now a weapon that was like a trap. Clearly the Warforged who attacked you had enough time to get it to the ceiling and just mount it into the ceiling. And it's still got these big hoses and pressure, and there's like an engine. So as you go up, welcome to the top. Let's try that again. Yep. I just paused for a second while I'm dragging dragon tokens around. All right. So if you want, you can take some action to try to move or disassemble that cannon to disable this trap, so your others can come. But what you find when you climb up in here may be too much of a distraction. Dripping pipes, rusty chains, and more hang from the 15-foot high ceiling in this chamber. Deep red lights course rhythmically through the pipes. Each, the pipe all converge on a large object atop a circular dais. The object resembles an oversized brain made of iron gray ceramic. Its surface is molded with countless grooves that form mesmerizing patterns. A crack along the ceramic's brain frontal lobe leaks a thin gray liquid that pools around the dais, and floating above the brain and floating above the brain and scattering light across the room is a small, slender object, the next piece of the Rod of Seven Parts. So this gray matter liquid, you can see on the map here, even leaks down, okay, and drips down this throat, so to speak, right, the spinal column, and goes down into, and even leaks all the way out through the cave system and out to the cave system. So it's been leaking here for quite some time, forming this little pool of gray matter. What did you just say you're going to do? What do you say you're going to do?
I am Landra.
Around this gray matter engine, you see like little droplets of fluid, as if they were raindrops, but they are gray matter that have been floating around in the air, kind of encircling the rod piece and filling the room. Not filling the room, but I mean, like working around, flying in kind of this weather-like pattern. And as Landro speaks, the animated fluid takes the shape of a tall, like it comes all together, congeals into this watery thing like it's out of that Dustin Hoffman movie, The Sphere, right? And it takes shape and forms. I wanted to give you another picture of the gray matter engine since there's great art in here. So this would be like you guys approaching, and you can see the gray matter oozing out of it, going down, right? So looks like this big thing with big tubes coming out of it, and they've got pulsing red lights that go into the gray matter. It's actually probably what it looks like when it's working. This one's pretty broke. And so appearing in front of you is copy and paste. All right, so if you guys want, right, so let's just show that to all players. The brain, you want to try to fix the brain? Yeah. Right? All right, so this is a large, so this is the large kind of, it's Landro. And it's swirling up so that it kind of encapsulates the brain itself, like a kind of around it, like the sweeping part of the bottom, the tornado of the bottom, or water spout, if you will. And then he's kind of above it, and he's just got arms and a torso. Down below, I can give you 32 more hit points from 2 other healing attempts. Target 32. Yeah, so you guys are fine as far as hit points go, but you are still at the bottom. You're going to try climbing back up again? All right. You begin climbing back up. We're going to say that you are going to need to make that dex saving throw. You get up to the neck again. You got to make the dex saving throw. Oz's. That is not good enough. All right. So you guys are going to stay down there trying to make sorry attempts. He's like, "Don't worry. I'll heal you when you fall again." All right. So you can be your comic bit in this scene is going to be you calling up the shaft with your own little peanut gallery comments.
I am Landro. Welcome.
No, he's talking to those up in the room with him. You're still down in his, like, down by the shoulders.
Did you bring the crystal?
Indeed, this is the rod piece. Not a cod piece. The rod piece.
Oh, actually, by the way, the elemental thing in front of you hasn't ever moved its mouth. You're hearing, all of you, Landro's voice in your head. He's using some kind of psychic power to communicate with you. You just want to know if he's going to attack you or if he's lying to you or what? You can't read his mind, but you can see, actually you can't sense that there's any real like this creature isn't really a creature. This creature is like artificial. Like maybe even whatever intelligence it has is artificial. Is that what you ask him?
I am fascinated to learn some things about you. I speak to all of you.
Yeah, good question. Yeah, good question. It's making movements as if it were talking, right? So like it's moving its head, like I'm talking like this and I make kind of this little gesture and blah blah blah. It's doing that, but his he doesn't even have a mouth, right? Like it's just this gray matter representation of kind of a humanoid.
Yes, I can merge with it. It is the only crystal that has the power to contain me. But before we do this, I require a test from you.
Yeah, sure. You could cast something if you want. Yeah. You can hope he doesn't take offense at it. Go ahead. Look, look at the wizard doing the cleric's job. I require
I require that we bond as friends. Close friends share secrets. I wish to learn secrets from you. It can be done through a type of osmosis. The process is harmless and takes only a moment, though it does require physical contact with the head of a consenting person. That is a fair question. I wish to learn the secret of power from you. And this process will not require you to speak it, which will pass it along to the one, the whispering one. I do. I have had time here while waiting for so long to explore the possibilities of the multiverse. I have been in deep thought on the subject, and I realize that it is of certainty that Vecna who has spread himself far and wide across the multiverse, seeks to do great harm to everyone. And he wishes to collapse all of who you are as if to 1/5. He wishes to collapse all of you who are Dell into a single Dell. He wishes to collapse you, Caneus. One moment.
He reaches his hand out, and from his hand, you feel these warm waves of radiation. And from the bottom of the pit, suddenly the two clerics begin to rise up through the air. And rather quickly. And then he sets them across from him. So, there.
It must be a secret worthy of power. You all carry some of those within you. You know them. You can feel them. I am eternally learning. And secrets are knowledge, not easily accessed. Secrets can be the most profound knowledge. You don't believe me. Why? How could this be disastrous? One moment, please.
Landro again raises his hand, and out of his fingers come tendrils of floating strings, and they come to Caneus's head, and they touch his head. Landro nods in quiet appreciation. The tendrils withdraw.
Thank you, Caneus. Is there anyone else willing to share a secret and be my friend? Be- Eight. Stand still.
And again, these gray matter tendrils come and they attach to, kind of just touch onto, like a Vulcan mind meld of some sort. They kind of find their places on the head of Zith. Anyone else interested in participating? You can try. Okay. He ascends his head to you and well, I don't know, but why don't you give me your supplication to your deity? You're asking him potentially a couple of yes or no questions, right? Hold on. I'm trying to find it. There it is. Yeah, if you clicked it by accident, you can refund it and it just puts it back like you didn't use it. All right, so this is, you can request your deity's aid and roll percentile dice. So go ahead and roll percentile dice. If you roll equal to or less than 13, your deity intervenes. 37. Okay. Yep. All right. So then, next, Ezra will agree to share secrets with Landro. Della's agreed. That leaves Ozus. Are you going to agree to let Landro do the touchy-feely thing? Little mind grope. Okay, so again, he sends out these tendrils that kind of touch your face and head here and there, and he basically reads your mind and grabs secrets that so so all right. So basically, what I want you to do, are you keeping track of your secrets by any chance? It's all where? But you don't remember what they are? Okay. All right. Are you? Okay. So pick one that he's going to take. Pick one that he's going to take. I think we put him in the Discord already, so. Okay. So all 5 of you have allowed Landro to communicate with you in this way, and he has found that secret that you all know in common, a secret of power, a secret that if spoken aloud would grant you a great advantage for a full minute, where everything that you would do from a position of advantage. Every swing of your sword, every attempt to hide, everything that you would do from a place of advantage, such as the power of each one of these secrets. If someone were just to speak it into the wind, then that power would imbue each of you with that ability for a full minute's time. Landro has taken this secret without you speaking it. And so for that, each of you gains a DM inspiration. And you have lost the secret. You cannot remember it anymore. It is gone. It is gone from your mind. It is gone from your memory. You no longer know the secret. And as such, you do know that it is missing, that there was something there. And so you also inherently know if any of you speak one of the other secrets, it too will be taken from you and grant you that great power. Now, it seems as though this was not a fair trade. But Landro has implanted within you his own knowledge to a small degree.
This gray matter engine has its own secrets. If the engine is not shut down properly, the self-destruct sequence will begin. The piece of the rod that floats here just above the brain is magically embedded in place. Just the act of touching it will release Guardians, our security system. The anti-gravity within my limbs would deactivate. The Guardians would attack without mercy. In order for this gray matter engine to fully shut down without triggering this horrible explosion and security issues, I must simply move myself within the gem. Then he may take the rod. However, I am damaged. It is possible that the security system will still trigger. it is possible that the self-destruct sequence will still initiate. But I believe that you will have more time if it does initiate. So at this time, having foreknowledge that it will happen will be significant. I also understand that when I merge with the crystal, we will no longer be able to talk. We will not be able to speak again. I will remember all things. We will not be able to talk. Our psychic connection will end. Unfortunately, I will not be able to communicate with you any further. No, you can take me with you across the multiverse so I can continue to learn. I just won't be able to share much with you. That's a good question. We will offer the opportunity to learn together. Yes.
Landro nods, ascends his head, and you see, maybe for the first time, a mouth on this visage of this intelligence, and it looks like just a small, pleasant smile. And he then makes a diving action like this, and his body becomes the gray matter that just goes and just kind of you're holding the gem like this as it's just filling up with gray matter. It's just all shooting into it, and so let's see. So the gray matter engine kind of just continues to go without all of the gray material that is in it, and all of it that flows directly into the gem. You discover that the gem itself is building in magical power. So basically, I'm just looking to see if there's anything you would notice, like during this process. I think you just feel it flowing into it, and then at that point, I regret to inform you that the red lights begin to flash throughout the room, and you hear a very low alarm. Bomb, bomb, bomb. And all that comes after is
Self-destruct sequence activated.
okay. Yep. All right. I want you to let's make a sleight of hand check. It was Zith who jumped up on the thing. He's going to make a sleight of hand check. Okay. All right. So you grab it, kind of grab the rod. It's kind of holds in place a little bit, and then it frees as you feel the gray matter engine on which you are like on top of right now. It's all a ceramic kind of surface, very slippery, but you feel the power that's there. It was like this humming feeling, and it just blinks out. And now you have the rod in your hand, and doors in this room here, 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 and here. They weren't they weren't walls. It looked like it was just metal walls, but doors begin to open in those metal walls, and they're sliding up from the ground. You hear some clanking inside as if weapons are being drawn, weapons of mass destruction. Your mass. What do you do? Okay, quickly, you guys scramble down. You guys scramble down that shaft to the mouth area, and you run over to the edge and gather at the edge. Zith prepares his spell and says, "What? What's your plan with the spell? Are you going to free fall for a little bit and then engage the spell, or just cast it now?" Excellent. All right, so you're falling down. Ezra can't help but scream a little bit. But then you cast Featherfall, and everyone goes, suddenly just slows and just continues until you land safely on the steep kind of cliff, or, the mountain side is very steep. And so you begin to kind of just rappel without a rope. And you kind of just push off from the side, and you fall a little bit. You push off and you fall a little bit. And you push off and you fall a little bit, you push off and fall a little bit. Until you reach safer terrain where the spell will eventually give up. And you are now down back into the mists of Mount Ironrot at the base in the Mournland. What now? What happened to the what? Apparently, you guys just took off, so can't even. Yeah. All right. So, what do you do down in the Mournland? You're looking up at it through the mist, and you make it out, and it's still there. Do you want to get some popcorn and wait around, or? Yeah. Okay, so you guys are walking to find a safe area. Nothing is safe in the Mournland. It's you have to find a place that you think you can make camp and maybe put up your hut or something like that before you get to that point. So as you're looking for a good place to do that, maybe you find like a shell of a breastplate or something that forms kind of a lean-to inside the area where you can find some. You have what? Okay. All right. So you begin to set that up, and as you're casting the spell across the Mournland, not far, not too far, few miles away, maybe you've gotten about 5 miles. There is a shaft. Bright red lights shine on the floor and down into the shaft, and a warforged leaps up. His orange-colored armored skin, flashing in the glowing red lights. He runs over to the open mouth of the giant colossus, formerly known as Landro, and he hears,
3, 2.
and that's the last thing he hears. You almost. I'm on mute. I'm okay? Can you hear me? Okay. Okay, Dell. Can everybody hear me when I talk? Okay. All right. So maybe Jay can't. So the recording hopefully will be able to hear this because the rest of you can. And so at this point, the giant robot Colossus explodes in a tremendous mushroom cloud-like explosion. Every piece of Landro flying every possible direction. The mountain now half gone after the smoke all clears. And as Ozus finishes the spell and everyone starts to run in, you get inside into the safety of this, what's it called? Hero's Temple? Temple of the Gods. You get inside, this temple of the gods, which I'm sure looks just like the shrine that's built back in Leylon. And the last person gets in, you're ready to close the door, and there's a clank, clank, and in rolls the head of an orange warforged. And that is where we end for tonight. A what? Oh, you've actually gotten ahead. That's right. Not just that, but the head of an apex predator that just about took out Caneus. Twice. Right. All right. So there you go. Now, we're going to go ahead and say goodnight to our viewing audience. Hopefully this stream went well. Everybody enjoyed it. Hey, take care, everybody.